What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another ticker fee video and welcome to the ticker fee family. As you can see, the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is IDEX. So if you've never heard of this company before, what they're known about to the majority of us is going to be the electrical technology. So it is a catalyst for disruption to, I would say, the majority of industries where improvements in sustainability, transparency, and freedom of choice would profound benefits on global scale. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about mobility. So this is a company that provides a service which basically facilitates vehicles, but on the electrical side, right? So electric vehicles by commercial fleet operators, and they've known for the electrical tractors. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is first, we're going to start with the refresher with the Q1 financial results and the catalyst, and we're going to compare it to the charts. Then we're going to talk about the IDEX announcement with Wave. So that's going to be how Wave charges to the power of twin transit, and then well as how IDX has just joined the Russell 3000 index, as well as the acquisition of the US hybrid. And so what does that mean? How does it affect the stock? Leave a comment down below if you own this stock, if you thought about buying it, if you sold it, whatever the case is, due to what the current market has provided for us. And with all that, thank you so much, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so quick rundown of the reports of the Q1 2021 financial results. Now, revenue for the quarter ended March 31st, 2021. So we've currently gone through all of June and July. Now, it was 32.7 million, and the gross profit, which I've highlighted, was 10.8 million. Now, first, revenue from Wave, the business from the title and the escrow of Tamios, both businesses were acquired on January 2021, which we know. Now, that is a 356 million cash at quarter end, providing a deep pool of capital for investments of Ideanomics mobility and capital business units. Now, there's the other things that I wanted to highlight was the revenue for the quarter of 32.7 million, which represent the 5th consecutive quarter of growth, demonstrating the increased strength of Ideanomics business, as well as the title and escrow business generated revenues of 27.6 million and Wave revenues of 1.8 million, which was reported on the charging and batteries. Now, the revenue from electric vehicle was 3 million, up from just 55,000 in the first quarter of 2020. Now, when we're looking at gross profit, keep that in mind, it is not net. Gross profits for first quarter was 33.1% margin. Now, the gross profit, which I highlighted in red for the first quarter of 2020, was 44,000. Now, we all know what happened and what the extremely huge catalyst was for 2020. But as you can see for the business update and highlights, acquired title and escrow services, again for the company Tamios, announced the sponsorship of the NACFE and membership in CalStart, as well as how they expanded the retail purchasing business. The SolTrack expands the tractor reservation campaign, invests in the Italian electric company called Energica. The Tamios generates the record high revenue for the quarter, as well as the bolstered cash position of 356 million as of March 31st, 2021. So now let's go ahead and look at the charts, because when this first came out, it was at the end on May 17th. My newborn was actually May 18th. This is why I'm actually doing the refresher, due to some of the information that I might have missed, and that way we can actually correlate this catalyst with the charts. Okay, so what I want to look at is a little bit previous of May 17th. So we're looking at March, and currently it was $2.85. Then we fast forward, and at one point it had surpassed with less resistance that $3. Now we continue to move forward. We had a dip, but throughout the first 3 months or the first quarter of this year, everyone knows that there was a lot of correction taking place between the hedge funds, the tax proposals, and whatnot. It just goes on and on. So now we're looking at heading towards May, and you're getting towards the end, and again we almost hit that $3 mark, and then we hit May 17th. So what we're looking at, which is the catalyst day, was 283. So we did have a rise or an upward trend on that day and leading up to it. And so that's what I wanted to point out. If you know that the financial results is coming up towards that third quarter, be a lookout on it, because if you're trying to do options on Robinhood, or if you're trying to hold this company long term and you start to see the stock itself being manipulated, you can see why you're going to see sometimes with the candlestick in the green or if it's in the red. So let's continue to look through some of those other summaries. Okay, so Ideanomics announces the Wave inductive chargers to power Twin Transit Authority in Washington. So if you don't know who Wave is, or if you've never heard of Twin Transit, so Twin Transit is a public transit system serving the cities of Centralia and as well as in Lewis County, Washington. It operates 4 local transit bus routes and a 5th cross-country bus route, along with options for Dial A Ride and paratransit, which they've been around, I believe, since, as you can see, in 1976. Now, Wave, which is a global leading number of high-power, rigorously proven inductive charging systems deployed, Wave is enabling commercial fleet operations to extend the range of medium and heavy-duty electric vehicles beyond that of diesel vehicles, which was founded in 2011. So with a little backdrop, now you can see, again, founded in 2011, it's the leading provider of inductive wireless charging systems for commercial electric vehicles. And that's what I want to highlight. High power, cable-free en-route charging, which helps Washington-based Transit Authority extend the driving range of their electric buses. So why am I pointing this out? Well, I think this is going to be something that we're going to see in the future, and it's going to be expanded. So this is a really big deal. One of the most significant barriers, which I highlighted, is the move to zero-emission electric vehicles is matching the typical driving range of diesel buses, right? So with leaps and bounds of these goals of these companies, you're going to be able to see that with this type of technology, with the battery electric buses, 20 vehicles fleet is the whole goal of fleet carbon neutral by 2030. So with Wave, we can make that possible, at least one of the catalysts. So Wave, the charger, can add up to 25 miles of range to the 40-foot bus in just 10 minutes, which is extraordinary. So here's what I wanted to point out on this summary itself. With Wave, we can augment the existing depot charging system by allowing their buses to bump charge throughout the day. So this allows to extend the range of the fleet from about 150 miles to virtually endless operating cycle. The Wave model totally eliminates any charging range anxiety, while at the same time ensuring the efficient operations of our bus routes all day long, which I feel like extremely pertinent information, and so I wanted to point that out. Now, the next thing is Ideanomics set to join the Russell 3000 Index. So what did I highlight? On this, it is set to join the broad Russell 3000 Index at the conclusion of the 2021 Russell Index annual reconstitution. So according to a preliminary list of additions posted on June 4th, this will take place June 28th, which just recently passed. So the annual Russell Index reconstitution captures 4,000 of the largest U.S. stocks as of May 7th, ranking them by total market capitalization, which I highlighted in bold. So the membership in the U.S. All-Cap Russell 3000 Index, which remains in place for 1 year, means automatic inclusion in the large cap or small cap Russell 2000 Index, as well as the appropriate growth and value style index. So here's the last highlighted part. Joining the Russell indexes enables Ideanomics to extend its reach into the institutional shareholders community, where they believe their story is going to resonate extremely well. So Russell indexes are widely used by investment managers and institutional investors for index funds and a benchmark for active investment strategies. So again, this is all about market capitalization. So again, being on this type of platform is going to allow better view or visuals throughout more retail investors. Now, the last thing is US Hybrid also announces a significant multi-city order for all electric street sweepers, which I think is amazing. So on June the 11th, which is going to be the latest information, they announced that they completed the previously reported May 12th, which we remember talking about, the definitive agreement to acquire 100% of the privately US held hybrid, right? So again, major deal. So what is US Hybrid? It specializes in the design and manufacturing of the zero emissions, which we talked about in the previous analysis on the other summary, of electric powertrain components, including traction motors, controllers, etc., which is a major deal, right? So clearly that's why we're in it. Now, the material details of the terms are disclosed in the company's related 8K filing. So I wanted to highlight that. Now, Ideanomics simultaneously announces the US Hybrid has received orders from the partner Global Environment Products, or GEP. So you might be hearing them a lot, especially through announcements, for the fleet of all-electric street sweepers, which expected to deploy in multiple cities in the US and globally. Now, I know that the GEP is located in California. So the current order for the GEP street sweepers is anticipated to deliver more than $1 million in revenue to US Hybrid in the balance of CY 2021. Now, new all-electric street sweepers will save an estimated 89 metric tons of carbon emissions over the lifetime of the vehicle, or the equivalent of taking 19 cars off the road for 1 year. Guys, that's amazing. I wanted to highlight that, and it's all in bold. Clearly, especially with where the market trend is going, that's going to be a great catalyst for us, not only just for this past quarter, but for the next quarter, and probably, I would think, for Q1 of 2022. So especially the more and more this grows and the more we expand on this, clearly it's going to be very pertinent for IDX to be able to capitalize on this information. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. I really do appreciate it, and welcome to the Ticker Fee family.